Heroes are. They're athletes, they're politicians, they're singers. These aren't people that affect our lives in any way, but slowly but surely, people are starting to figure out, I don't think Kanye West is going to change my family's life. Right? They pick these heroes for us. It's, hey, your hero's Kim Kardashian. It's Angelina Jolie. It's Tommy Brady, who's a buddy of mine and a great guy, but he ain't going to change your life. Right? It's Bruce Jenner. He wanted to no, it's Caitlyn Jenner. Now he's a hero because he wears a dress. It bless his heart, I'm not knocking that. Like, if it makes him happy, that's great, but is it heroic? Is it courageous? Bless his heart if that makes him happy. My point is, what is a real hero? What are people really? People are looking for someone to come be heroic to their family, to walk in the door and say, hey, I got hope. I got a shot. I'm a part of something incredible. We recognize people. We help other people out. We'll believe in you. We'll train you. We stand for the right things. We stand with them. That's starting. If you look at the media today, hey, all of a sudden business people are starting to become more heroic, aren't they? Steve Jobs has had 3 movies made about him in 2 years. You look at Shark Tank and people are starting to look at the business world. Donald Trump's running for president. Warren Buffett. People are more and more familiar. And what I want to see happen is we've elevated your profiles in the magazines and all that. But my ambition over the next 10 years is we fill arenas with 50,000 people that are all making $100,000 a year. We're doing it in multiple cities and multiple countries. We're the world financial. We on a global scale should be the force for good in the world. That's who we are. And we're their last shot. Where are they going to go? They're going to get a better job? They're going to do network marketing? What are they going to go do to change their lives? We're the last spot where families can go to win and play big in their lives. So I want to challenge you to look at that. I think it's great LeBron James is 6'8". If I was 6'8", I could dunk a basketball too. Big deal. Is that really a hero? Is that really changing your life? You see all these poor jokers, I see them walking around the hotel, they got a Lakers jacket on with like a name on the back, except it's not their last name. It says like Bryant on the back. I'm like, isn't your last name like Jackson? You're 40 years old, you're wearing another man's shirt. You're 5'7", 240, you don't play for the Lakers, buddy. But people want to be somebody so bad, they'll just kind of pretend. You ever hear someone talk about the team? Hey, we're going to be pretty good this year. I'm like, no, you're not going to be pretty good this year. This team might be pretty good, but you have nothing to do with them other than that stupid shirt you're wearing. They don't even want to take a picture with you. Right? All these people want to be fans of people, this celebrity culture that we have now today. I'm telling you, there's an uprising happening of real people rising up and becoming heroes for their families. Who's with me on it? Who wants to be a hero? Don't make any small plans when you're here. They don't serve you. Now, talking about winning in business, don't make these small plans. All these scripts we're covering here is wonderful. But I've learned in business it's the intangibles that win. See, people all the time say, hey, I got this great new recruit. He's a CPA. Or he's an engineer, or she's got a master's degree, or they make 6 figures at their job already. And I think, well, so what? What does that have to do with winning here? I'll take somebody with courage over resume any day of the week. You show me somebody with hunger, and I'll show you somebody we can teach. Give me somebody who wants to compete over somebody who's competent any day of the week. This company was built to win with your heart, with your hunger, with your desire, with your mental toughness, not with your head. See, I wonder if you'd introduce me when I was a new recruit as the new superstar. Hey, here's little Eddie Mylett. He's 21 years old, receding hairline, mullet, barely graduated from college, doesn't own a suit that he can wear to the meeting. I wonder if you'd introduce me as your new superstar. But would you rather recruited me or this somehow MBA you think is so special? Because what wins in business is on the inside, not the outside. If you're the type of person that's sitting in this room and you're saying it's a little overwhelming, these people seem like they're such good speakers, they dress so sharp, their words are so clear, they seem so confident. I don't know if I'm like these people. Let me tell you what you got to be like. You got to have something in your heart that says you want to win. that you're not going to quit, that you're not going to give in, that you'll stay until the job gets done. Now you're like us. You'll get confident later. You'll learn the words later. You don't even win with all that crap anyway. You win with what's on inside. Y'all with me on that? Say yes. Well, then how do I become confident? How do I develop some of this confidence I see in people? Let me tell you how it starts. You got to develop what I call a winning edge, a mental toughness. And that starts by finding somewhere in the business to win. Some place here you can win. Win at something. Listen, someone gave me that talk my second week and they said, just win at something. The guy said, the guy was kidding, but I took him seriously. He said, I don't care if you just win by being the last guy to leave the meeting. So I'm telling you, the next week I thought, I'm going to win. I didn't bring any guests. I hadn't passed my exams, but I'm going to find a place I beat all these people. I'm going to compete against them. They don't even know we're competing in this one. And I remember the meeting ended. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, all right. Let's everybody get the hell out of here so I can go home, right? I got to be the last one standing. 9:30 is still there. 10 o'clock still. I'm in my car, my Honda CRX back in the day, sitting there, and I remember there's the light on in this one guy's office named Ron Eisenberg. Will this jerk please go home so I can win, right? And finally, about 11:30, he went home, and I won that night. I stayed the latest. Because where confidence comes from, listen to me. Listen to me. I tell my children this all the time. Where confidence comes from is by keeping promises you make to yourself. If you can begin to keep the promises you make to yourself, just to you, you begin to build that trust in you, whether it's stay later, or I'm going to get a guest this week, I'm going to be the last to say, I'm going to be the most positive, I'm going to study for night. You do something, you begin to do the things you tell yourself you're going to do, and you'll begin to build that confidence. Confidence is built over time by keeping promises you make to yourself over and over. When I meet someone who doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, I know all they've done is just struggle with keeping promises they make to themselves. And so I want to teach you to do that. I want you to become more confident. And then one of the things that's going to take you out of the business. Nothing bothers me more in business than seeing somebody like you rise up, stick their head up, trying to do something great with your life, and then have people take shots at you. People put you down. You have anybody do that so far, yes or no? I appreciate what Veronica just said about her and Juan. Chris and I had some of those same conversations. See, remember in school, these bullies in school? Have you done any reading or watched that documentary on bullying? The effect this has on these poor children that go to school and have these bullies, they go every single day and they get picked on and beat up and beat on and beat on and beat on to the point where they take their own lives. They get cyberbullied nowadays. Well, what would have happened when that kid was getting bullied if just one kid at that school rose up and said, hey, good to see you today. Just said something nice, just something positive. Hey, looking good. Hey, heard you got an A on that test, great job. What if just one kid rose up out of the group and was a hero like that and just said something positive, could save somebody's life, right or wrong, yes? Just a positive word to somebody. Just believe in it. The power of one person's belief in another person can change the world. You remember I told you that? The power of one person's belief in another person can change the world. See, and as adults, our bullies are the dream stealers. Dream stealers are the adult bullies. They're the people who tell you you can't do it. They're the people who talk behind your back. By the way, just so you know, everybody's talking bad about you doing this. Let's just put it out on the table. No matter what they say to your face, they're rooting for you to lose. They're hoping you don't make it, because if you make it, it makes them look bad. But I see so many people. Can I be honest with you? You're probably going to quit. If I want to give you an honest talk, you're probably going to quit. You probably won't be back here next year. Prove it. And let me tell you something. The reason you will quit is you begin to buy into what other people think about you. You'll listen to the naysayers. You'll listen to the dream stealers. The rejection will get to you. See, I think you got to negotiate the quitting card right now. What's it going to take to get you out of here? What's it going to get you to quit on your dream? Decide it now. How much heat are you willing to take? Because what we do every year, we get everybody all fired up, and then they go back, and they don't make some of them. Some of them don't make it. I think you need to negotiate right now. What is it that would get you out of here? What would it have to take to knock you out of your dream? And you decide right now where that's at. Because if you don't decide while you're in this moment, you'll decide it in a weak moment. You're going to decide it in a big moment like this of what will or won't get you out of here. Because I can tell you, I sat up in those rafters in 1997. And I watched everybody come across this stage. And I finally, I looked at my baseball career, I looked at me in school, and let me tell you what I found out about me. I worked harder than most. I gave it more than most. I did better than most in baseball. But I didn't give it my all. I always held a little bit back. And I've always wondered, why do you always hold back? Why'd you hold back in school? Why'd you hold back in baseball? Just a little bit in reserve. You know what I'm talking about. Why would you do that? What's wrong with you? I'm up there I'm crying with my wife. She was my fiance at the time. So why do I always hold back just a little bit? How come I can't give it everything I've dadgum got? What's wrong with me? And I figured it out, sitting right up there. I got real. Because you know what? I might quit. And if I quit, as long as I didn't give it everything, then maybe I could do something else later if it comes along. But if I give everything to this, 100% of what I got, and then it doesn't go, it doesn't work, I'm probably fried for the rest of my life. So I'm going to hold a little bit back because I might quit. And you know what? I hope that's not you. I hope it was you, if you're honest, and you can say, you know what? I'm going to give this literally everything I have. And I'm not going to quit. If it takes a year, 3 years, or 33 years, I'm not giving in. I'm not quitting. I'm going to be one of these people who stay. You want to know why it's so important that you stay? Do you want to know why? You want to know why? I'm going to prove it to you right now. Let me show you a couple things about our company. Why we need heroes and why it's so important you stay. So, now that my talk will all over the place, I'm just going to go quick like this. Let me show you what the United States looks like. This is a breakdown of the average American. There's 348 dots on there, by the way. But you see all the people in the red there? These are the United States personal incomes. It's going to blow your mind. See the people in the red? More than half of them make less than $29,000 a year. You hear what I just said? If you're wondering whether there's some people to recruit, whether they need a dadgum hero, 53.2% of the people in the United States today make less than $29,000 a year. Surprised you, you go, well, I don't know anybody like that. Yeah, you do. The ones in the blue, they make between $30,000 and $99,000 a year. 36.9. The ones in the yellow, they make 100 and 250. You know what percent that is? 6. So the real world, 6% of the people make $100,000 a year or more. You got that? The real world. Now let me give you the entrepreneur numbers, because that's everybody. 1 in 700 businesses that are started in North America exist 3 years later. 1 in 8,000 businesses started in North America ever earn $100,000 a year. 1 in 8,000. And you're wondering whether there's a need for us to be filling up arenas full of people? Whether people's lives need to change? Let me show you. If you make $15,000 a year, you out-earn 32% of the people in the United States. Does that blow your mind? You out-earn a third of the people by making 15 grand. If you make $30,000 a year, you out-earn half of them. You out-earn half the people if you make 30 grand in the United States. We're parading people up here making that a week, a day, a month. You make $50,000 a year, you out-earn 73.4% of the United States. 73.4. And then lastly, if you earn 100 grand a year, you out-earn 92.6% of the people in the United States today. Is that shocking? So that's the U.S. numbers. You want to know WFG's numbers? Yeah, this doesn't work. Only a few people make it. Remember what I told you? 1 in 8,000 entrepreneurs earn $100,000 a year. You got that number in your head, right? For our full-timers, we pick $25,000 a year as the number to call you full-time. Okay, that's what we use for full-time. Even though we know we got a bunch of part-timers who do that. So this is very conservative. But let me just show you this. WFG, so 1 in 8,000 if you're a regular entrepreneur. What happened? My numbers went away. Oh, backwards. Where'd my numbers go, guys? Where are they? Are they up there? They're not. Help me out a minute. Bottom. Boom. There we go. I knew that and I blew it. 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 of our folks that are full-time earn $100,000. So look at your row right now. So you got someone in your family who's going to tell you, there's no way you can do it. Count the 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of you already making $100,000 a year in this room. 2 of you. This is the single greatest business opportunity in the world to go make 6 figures. The real world, you got to earn 92.6. Entrepreneurs, 1 in 8,000. Us, 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 people earning $100,000 a year full time. And I don't even like that dadgum number. That number's got to get better. Hey guys, you can go ahead and show me the other one too. How about $250,000 a year? This is staggering. 1 in 8. We are now to the point where 1 in 8 of our full-timers are $250,000 a year. If you're wondering what this is, do you understand? By the way, here's what's great if there's 8 people in your row. 5 of them aren't even going to be here next year. You remember what I said about staying? If you just stay, you eventually move to one of the 8, don't you? I would think. Just stay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Doesn't Mr. New York Life need to know this? Hey, dude, 1 in 8. 1 in 8 of our full-timers. We happen to think that makes us the greatest business opportunity in the world. Not to mention all the people making $500,000, $600,000. Our 6-figure earners are up 300%. Our $500,000 earners are up 400%. Our $1 million earners were up 800%. How many darn companies even track $1 million earners? We're up 800% at producing them. Is that staggering, yes or no? Yes. So the world's looking for new heroes. By the way, don't our normal heroes let us down most of the time? Who was your first hero? Who was your first hero? Think about that. Was it Michael Jordan? Who was it? Was it Wayne Gretzky if you're in Canada? Right? If you're Rich Stolley, was it Babe Ruth? I don't know. I love you, brother. I love you. Just so you know, he was like my 3rd hero, so I'm allowed to say that. Pretty cool someday you can tease your hero. Who was your first hero? You want to know who mine was? Half you don't, well, 3/4 you don't know who this dude is. But this dude was a player. My first hero, go ahead, guys, I'll click over the thing. My first hero, Punch. That's my first hero. That's one bad dude right there. How many ever seen Chips? You say, you seen Chips. Yeah. And those of you that haven't, your life is inferior because of it. You need to get to know who Frank Poncherello is. I got chills coming down my legs. All the dudes in here know who Ponch is. Ponch was the coolest cop in the world. He was also a great dancer. He had all the home runs to win the chip softball games. That was my first big time hero. Get a good look at this guy, just so you know. Boom, player. That was my, look at that. Wow. That's Ponch, AKA Eric Estrada. That's my boy right there. There he is, look at him. There's a couple good ones coming up. I mean, how good, look at that pose. Boom. That's what Guillermo would look like if he had any hair, but he doesn't have any hair. That's my, look at this one. How good is that again? I mean, that's the cool of cool right there. So that's Ponch. That was my first hero. God, I love you, man. Love you, brother. That was my first hero. Let me tell you about something about Ponch. When you meet your heroes, most of the time, media chosen heroes don't always live up to it. But if you meet a WFT hero, they're even better in person. You meet Maya Holm in person, you meet Lisa Holm in person, they're even kinder and better people than you could picture. You meet June and Joyce Dela Cruz, they're even better family people, have their own feeling better than anybody you'd ever meet. Well, I had a chance one day, when I was a little guy, me and my dad rolled up in La Puente, California, to the batting cages in the Malibu Grand Prix. Those of you in Southern Cal know where that place was, right? So my dad and I roll up, we're balling in his Datsun B210 orange hatchback. And we pull in this deal. Pretty sure at that time my dad had probably had a couple beers already that day. It was the Saturdays, and take his kid to the batting cages, and we roll up, and I'm not kidding you, we park into this spot, and the spot across from us was a Ferrari parked there, and on the license plate, I'm not teasing you, it said Pure Stud. That's what it said on the license plate. I'm like, Dad, look at that Ferrari. He's like, that guy's probably an a-hole. That's what he says to me. Right? We slammed the Datsun door shut. Our Datsun was I think it was like 11 horsepower, that car. My sister's in the room and she'll tell you, we would take this thing to church on Sundays, and to get to our church, we had to go up this really steep hill, and the praying started, trust me, before we got to church. Because you would get up about halfway through that hill, it's like, I may need to get out and Fred Flintstone this thing, right? So we rolled up, there's a pure stud Ferrari there, and right when we're checking in, I'm getting my helmet, my dad's getting his helmet, and he go, hey, Ponchamello's here hitting balls. I'm like, Dad, Ponch is here! Ponch is here! I was so excited that Ponch was there. And on chips, every one he hits is a home run to win the dadgum softball game for chips, right? So we walk out there, Ponch was a stud, and I walk and I look at the batting cage, and Ponch was hitting me. Except Ponch kind of had a punch, like a police. And he's whipping everything. I'm like, hold on a minute. This is my guy. This is the home runs to win the chip softball game. He couldn't hit a lick. He could not hit a lick. And he kept putting more quarters in so I couldn't hit. And finally I'm watching this guy, I'm thinking, this dude's not that cool. He can't even hit the ball. He's fat. What happened to the guy on TV, right? My dad's looking at me saying, I told you, he's an a-hole. Trust me, that's an a-hole. Right? So finally, he gets in and he kind of walks out of the cage. I'm like, hey, Ponch. He goes, it's Eric. Oh, hi, Eric. Hey, buddy. He kind of slaps me in the back of the head and walks away. What the hell was that? This is the moment of my life. I finally meet Ponch. So my dad and I hit some balls, and my dad didn't like how he kind of patted me in the back of the head. He didn't like that whole deal. My dad's a dude, right? He didn't like that stuff. So we go, and I said, Dad, that was kind of disappointing. Ponch can't even hit. He goes, I told you, the guy's male. And I found out that was his Ferrari that said pure stud on it. So anyhow, my dad's getting fired up because my dad doesn't like that I like Ponch, and my dad wasn't my hero. And so we look, and Ponch is getting into the race cars, the go-karts. My dad goes, hey, let's go for a go-kart race. I'm like, all right. So we rush over there. My dad gets his helmet. I get my helmet. And we line up, there's 6 cars for this go-kart race, and there's Ponch one lane in front of us. And I got to ride with my dad because I was too little. I was just a little guy. And my dad is not taking his eyes off of Ponch. He's going to prove to his little dude right here who the hero was, right? And so that thing goes, beep, we start racing around this thing, and we finally catch up to Ponch. I'm not kidding you. After the first lap, the first turn, we get to the thing, and we're gaining on Ponch. My dad's just eyeballing this guy, right? My dad gets one of these, boom, just slams him right into the rails. Ponch spins out, kind of throws his hands up. My dad was like, woo! He goes, woo! He just shoved that Ferrari up here. You know what, buddy? That's what my dad said. Because we're driving. And we end up winning this race. And at the end of the race, at the Malibu, now I'm kind of not that high on Ponch. I'm like crushed, right? This is my hero. And at the end of the race, this is a moment in my life that I remember. My dad wouldn't even remember this. But when you're done with the race, they give you a Malibu Grand Prix driver's license, which I still have. It's just in stories. I was going to show it to you. But when my dad gives me the license, we won. My dad's feeling pretty puffed up, right? We just beat Ponch with the go-karts, which was a big deal. And my dad hands me the license and goes, hey, maybe you'll think about the Myletts being your hero. Because he hands me the license. And I remember that because I felt so bad. I know it was really hurting him. But at that time, it was really like a little boy kind of a defiant moment. Look, we could be kind of heroes. No, my dad's pretty cool. I mean, we just beat Ponch at the dadgum batting cages. We beat Ponch at the Malibu Grand Prix. And from that moment on in my life, I started thinking, hey, maybe the Myletts could be heroes. Maybe my dad's my hero. Maybe I could be a hero someday. See, in the real world, real heroes aren't like Ponch. Bless his heart, I'm sure he's a good guy, right? When you meet our folks, it's even better. Would you agree with that, yes or no? And we need to find a hero. See, I think a hero is a cop, a real cop. I think a hero is a real soldier. I think a real hero is the moms in this room, all the sacrifices y'all make. I'll be honest with you. You know where my wife is right now? I'm going to tell you the truth. You know where she is? She's back home. My wife won't be away from her kids for more than 2 days. She just doesn't do it. She's the greatest mother I've ever seen. I'm a good dad. My wife is my hero. She's the greatest. She's just everyone that meets my wife says, gosh, what an unbelievable mother your wife is. She's a hero is my sister Andrea, who's at 36 years old, has a heart attack. She's diabetic. She then lost her vision. She went completely blind. She got a little bit of her vision back. All she wants to do is be able to teach school. She teaches elementary school at a little Christian school for no money. And all she wants is to be there with those kids to serve them. That's her dream. That's her whole life, is teaching these precious kids at her school. So my sister now gets driven to school every day because she can't see well enough to drive, and my parents take her to school every day so she can be to the teacher's class half blind. That's a hero to me. A hero to me. A hero to me. Let me show you what a hero to me is. A hero to me is Leroy James, this police officer right here. Let me tell you what this picture's of. Leroy James is a cop. The guy in the white was at a KKK white supremacist rally, and he passed out, and this black police officer saved him at the KKK rally. That's a hero. That's what a real hero looks like. Let me take you through something real quick. I just want to share something with you real quick. About 3 weeks ago, one of the scariest things in my entire life happened. And it was my fault. So here's what happened. My family came up to Idaho to spend, I had 20 family with me for 9 days. Love them. I love them. It was great when they left, right? So, but I decided I'm the big shot uncle guy. I'm kind of a cool uncle, you know. And so I told them all, and I've never done this before. I said, Uncle Eddie's going to pay for everybody in the family to go zip lining. There's a brand new zip lining course up in the mountains, which I've never done before, and it's not your normal little Hawaii cutesy zip line. This is hardcore, North Idaho, absolutely jerry-rigged together, MacGyver together, ridiculous zip line. Okay? So I paid for everybody, and it started out good. See, let me just, like I said, here's me and my kid getting ready to go. This is me and Max. I'm kind of studded out. We got the helmet on. I'm pumping everybody up, telling them how great it's going to be, and it's going to be a dream thing. I'm not thinking the whole time I'm telling everybody this, I'm afraid of heights. I'm not a little bit afraid of heights. I'm really afraid of heights, right? Here's a picture of us all driving over in my group. That's Christopher's little son, Jack, all excited. He's 9 years old. Keep that in mind. There's Jacob. He's 8 years old. There's big, strong Uncle Eddie. There's ridiculous picture of Christopher Schleman there in the back row. My kids, all the nephews. So the boys went in one group, and the girls went in another. And I'm pumping them up the whole time. The 8 and the 9-year-old were pretty dadgum scared, especially the 8-year-old. Uncle Eddie's a big stud, no problem. Well, then we did this stupid thing, okay? And let me just tell you, these poor 8 and 9-year-olds heard words come out of my mouth that an 8 and 9-year-old should never hear in their lives. We get up on this first thing. First off, he never touched the ground. I didn't know that. They're all in trees in the mountains. So my son, who wants to go first? Max goes, woo! He goes. The little 8-year-old's scared. I'm telling him, Jake. And what I found out is interesting. The more I talk to Jake about pumping him up, the less I'm worried about me. And that's a leadership principle too. See, in business, the more you focus on your team, the more you focus on other people, the client, the potential recruit, the less you're so worried about yourself. So I'm talking to him, Jake, you can do it. All my fears were going away. They all went. Guess who's last to go? So they've all zip-lined out. Now I got nobody to pump up. Now it's me and my stupid-ass helmet I'm wearing, and I got to zip-line to this next tree. And I'll be honest with you, I literally told the girl who was our guide, I told her, how much money, seriously, could you get me down from this tree for? I'll give you $100,000 if you would get me off this tree. That happened. And she said, Mr. Ed, I'll just tell you, there's 7 of these. This is the easy one. There's no way down. We're tree to tree now. And we're up in these trees, you guys, on a platform like this big, and the wind's howling that big. The whole tree's moving. You guys, let me prove to you. This is me pumping my brother-in-law holding on to the tree. Look at me. I'm holding on to him. Look at it. You have no idea. You guys, it's the scariest thing of all. You think calling somebody on a phone is scary, or giving a VPN, or giving a speech? I can do all that crap. This is scary right here. So, the first one we did, it was horrible. I'm begging to get down. Every tree, I'm hugging on one of these poor kids. Hold on, you're afraid. You know. So we go, and I'll be honest with you. The last one is they call Montezuma something or other. Let me just tell you, this should be illegal. I'm dead serious. It's longer than the arena, number one. Way longer. Way longer. Okay? Maybe double. Christopher, if I'm lying, tell me. It's double this. And you're 800 feet above the air. 800 feet. You hear what I said? These evergreen trees are 200 feet and 600 feet above them at the peak. So the last one, my nephew's screaming, crying, the poor 8-year-old. I'm like, what did I do to these poor children? Scarred for life. Like, you gotta go, Jacob, you're a son, overcome your fears. You gotta go. And he goes, I'm like, oh my God, So I literally, the last one, I'm not gonna lie to you, I closed my eyes the whole way. It's a beautiful scenery. I closed my eyes the whole rest. So happy that it was over. Seriously. But behind me, so the last one I asked the girl, our guide, I said, hey, I won't tell you. I said, hey, has anyone ever gotten stuck on one of these? Because that's 800 feet in the air. Has anyone ever gotten stuck? She goes, they got stuck on the short ones, but no, Mr. Ed, they've engineered this thing. There's no way somebody can get stuck because they can float 800 feet in the air. That could be life-threatening. I'm like, that's kind of why I'm asking. Right? So I go, we're done. My wife and the girls are in the group behind us. My daughter, who's 11, dads, your daughter's your heart, right? Okay. Can we click here, guys? Let me show you what happened here. Let me set the stage first. This is the scariest moment of my life, and you're going to watch a real hero. My 11-year-old daughter got 90% of the way across. You're going to see her get really close, and then only like 50 feet above the ground, and she didn't make it. And she starts to go backwards, and ends up coming all the way back, 800 feet above the ground. And she's dangling there, screaming for me and my wife. So this went from kind of funny, Uncle Eddie was scared and cussing the whole time, to this. So if I could show you this, watch. My daughter's nickname is Boo when you hear them saying Boo. So I'm going to show you this. Can you play that? Turn the volume on. This really happened. This is my daughter has a GoPro.
Zip and Boo. Good gosh.
All
right.
Here comes the hero. You're a hero. The world is looking for heroes. Your kids are looking for heroes. Your children are looking for somebody to be a hero. Why not be you? Why not you be their hero? Why not you be their hero? Why not you be the person to rise up in your family and change it forever? You're capable of that. See, guys, most people in the world are ziplining through their lives, just like little Boo was there. And they're ziplining there, it's kind of neat, and it's pretty, and they get close. They get so close they can see it, and then life starts to happen to them, and they start sliding back again. And before you know it, they're dangling above their lives, just desperately angling there, no direction, no place to go, no hope, no dream. They're just existing, and they need somebody. Listen to me. They're walking in this casino. They're on your kid's soccer team. They teach your kids at school. There needs somebody to come out and save them. They need someone to come out and say, I got a shot, I got a company, we got a group of people that will believe in you. The rest of the world will tell you you can't. You know what WFG says? You can. You can. We say you can. We're the only company I know of that says you can and we can deliver. You are that person that can come save them as they're ziplining through their life just dangling there. Don't you want to be that person, yes or no? Yes. Then you got to decide. The industry's going to look down their nose at us. You're going to decide you want to do it. The world's going to look down their nose at you while you're doing it. You got to be proud of our company. See, here's the deal. What if your life ended today? Just hypothetically, right? And what if there was a flyby of your life? What if there was a flyby of your life? See, I think we're all caught up in stuff that doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure when you go meet your Father in heaven, he's not going to go, I want to talk to you about how many Instagram likes you got. How many Facebook followers did you have? You think he cares about all that crap? Can I be honest with you? The world's trying to distract you. ISIS, Ebola, Iran, who's Kanye and Kim's baby's name? They're trying to distract. I don't care about all that crap. I'm a leader. I want to win. I want to go for it. Even this hero making thing. Can I be honest with you? Those of you that are on Facebook all the time, can I tell you something? No one cares. I don't care where you had dinner. I don't give a crap. I don't care about your new dress. Or I don't care any about it, and neither does anybody else. The same people go, you look beautiful, like, God, they posted another picture, right? Trust me, no one cares. You're not a celebrity, but you could be a hero. You could be a hero. You could change someone else's life. If you want to be a celebrity, you're in the wrong place. You want to be a hero, you want to be a leader, you want to be a player for your family. This is the greatest company in the world, right here, right now. If you're doing a flyby in your life right now, you and the Lord are flying by. Let's just go through your life. What would it be? Would it be a celebration with you and Heavenly Father about how magic your life was? Oh, look at the difference you made there. Look at the person you helped there. Look at that moment with your children. Look at that trip you took. Look at how great you did here. Look at the difference you made. Would that be the flyby? Or would it be a flyby right now for the end of what it could have been? What you could have done? What you could have seen, what you could have done for your kids. You need to decide right now whether you want to be a hero in your family. People say to me, why do you always call me champion? I haven't even done anything yet. Why do you say champion? Because I know what a champion is. The definition of a champion is somebody who fights for a cause or on behalf of someone else. So just the very fact that you're in the fight, that you're giving it a shot, that you want to do something great makes you a champion. See, I think the power of you believing in someone else can alter their entire life. I believe you're a champion. I believe you can do it. And I want that flyby of your life to be absolutely incredible. In conclusion, you guys, because we got to go to lunch, and I guess that's important today. We're just talking about your life. We're just talking about an entire shift in the way your family lives forever. I believe we can change the world. I believe that. I believe the world needs, listen to me, I believe the world needs World Financial Group. I believe the world needs people that are good, that stand for families, that rise up and say, we believe in you. You can do it. Come join us. We'll show you the way. I think we can change our countries first, and then I think we can change the world. I see us filling up arenas like this all over the world someday with just our six-figure earners, with just families. And we need to elevate our folks. There's no reason why we can't have our own television network someday. There's no reason why we can't begin to feature you guys. We begin to elevate the real heroes of the United States and North America and Canada. We begin to elevate you guys to a position of hero, not celebrity, hero, where you serve people, where you make a difference for them. That's what we're about doing. We are just getting started. You're going to come back here in 5 or 8 years ago. I can't believe we used to just go to one city and have like 40,000 people there. Now you got to make 6 figures in the convention. That's what's going to happen here. And we can start by changing the world by you changing your country. And you can start by changing your country by you changing your community. And you can start by changing your community by your office starting to make change. And you start by changing your office by changing you. You got to change the shop of their lives. Because guess what? We are soccer moms. Right? We are school teachers. We are engineers. We are a melting pot. Look around this goddamn room. You got every ethnicity in the world in this room. We're like the biggest melting pot in the world. We got Asian folks, black folks, Latino folks. We got every type of Latino folks. We got every type of Hispanic. We got every type of white guy in the room. We got fat people, short people, skinny people, men, women, you name it. We got everybody. We welcome everybody to this company to make something great. We look like the world looks. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure my buddy from that company that runs with New York Life, they look like we look. What he doesn't get is that's our advantage. You know who our advantage is? You. Our advantage is you. Our advantage is your precious family. My prayer in the beginning was that something might touch your heart that you decide to make a decision. I know you can do this. I know you can't quit. You can't give in. I know you're capable of doing something great with your life. I know you were born to do something great. I know you're not supposed to be average and ordinary. I know there's the DNA. See, I believe the DNA of the King of Kings is in your blood. I'm not preaching to you, but let me just tell you something, everybody. As a Christian, I honestly believe that God's hands are on my life. I believe his hands are on your life. And I won't preach to you. I don't want to be theological with you. I just believe those hands have placed you in this room right now. I believe those hands have placed me and you in this room together in this great WFG family. I believe his hands are going to place you in the proximity of people's lives whom you could be their hero. I believe he's going to put you in places the minute you leave here and all the places you go where you're going to be encountering people who you could be their hero. You could be the person that rescues them from the zip line of their life. He's going to put you in those places. My prayer is that you'll have the courage to rise and take advantage of it. God bless you. Have a good day.